Hi, this is Nicole.
I'm Keith.
Stop. Just say Fisher. Fisher.
With Beans and Banter.
With Beans and Banter. And today
we have a special guest coming to you live with a brand new video. Lindsay
Johnson.
Sawyer, our cat son's going to like that.
Yeah, because he used to have a YouTube account. It was coming at you with a brand new episode.
This is Northwoods Gamer.
Nerfwoods Gamer. Coming with you, but a brand new episode. Anyways, so Lindsay.
That was a great introduction.
A little ADD today.
When you are feeling close to me, and you tell me you care, you know joy fills inside of me. Tell me freely what's in your heart.
Lindsay and I go way back to Manawa.
Yes.
And to the school bus.
I know. That was a long time ago, but that's where we met.
That's where we met. And her parents lived down the country road from us.
Yes.
And if you could picture Lindsay any type of way, if you know who she is today, and like we're going to ask her questions so she can explain who she is and what she does. She was 100% that way as a kid. You have not changed.
Seriously?
Yes.
Same.
Like you, like in a good way.
Okay.
Like you're very organized. You were like student council, like making things
guilty.
happen. Like perfect.
No, not perfect.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, she was great. Always kind, always great. So she is a pretty big deal in Shawano. And I give her a lot of credit for why Shawano is booming today. Because when I moved this way, Shawano was not booming.
It wasn't when I moved there either.
When did you move there?
Ooh, long time ago. It'll be 20 years ago this summer that I have been in Shawano.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me sound old.
Whoa.
It does, but you're not.
But I'm not. No, I moved there when I was 11. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was like, no, you didn't. I rode the bus.
No, right out of college moved there. So yeah, it'll be 20 years. And it was not the same place that it is today.
Even 13 years ago, it was like downtown was not what it is.
No.
So it gives hope. Why I want her, why I really want Lindsay on here is because it gives hope to small communities of things that can happen. Bondwell.
Just takes time.
Any other small communities, people that are listening that want their like community to thrive and stuff. So I think Lindsay is just a great human to be on here and like talk about things she does.
Yeah. So let's, for people that don't know, what is your role? What do you do? Like see all these cool videos that you make in February.
Oh, in February.
Follow me in February.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
You've been tuning in. Way to go, Keith.
Good job.
So I work actually part-time for the downtown district in Shawano. I love that I work part-time. I set my own hours. It's amazing. And so actually I've done that almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years next month that I have done this. And so I do a little bit of everything. I'm kind of serve as a resource to those businesses in the downtown district, helping them with whatever that might be. It's changed over the years. And then I coordinate events too. So all the events that bring people to Shawano downtown, like Shawano Fest, or we have a spring breakout event coming up, a shopping event in a couple of weeks. We do a derby day, witches night out, a lot of Christmas stuff. Those are my favorite.
So were you the creator of all those?
No, some of them were going, and maybe we've changed or expanded them, and a few of them have been added along the way. I think probably my favorite is the holiday stroll and tree lighting. That was one that we started the year I started, and that is just my favorite.
Your trees down there are so pretty.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Shawano's, you're doing great things there.
Thanks. So I do that. And then you mentioned Follow Me in February was kind of just something I dreamed up one afternoon in January, the week before February, actually, because it was, it's so slow for retail in January. It's just really slow. And it was like, we need to do, and it was cold. It's real cold, so nobody wants to leave their house. We need to do something to show people what we have down here that they can watch from their house. And hopefully entice them to come down and check it out. So yeah, every day in February, I have a video that takes us somewhere. And I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about video. I my son taught me how to use an app to make all of these. It was Crash
I was
Course
gonna say
on the
you,
couch.
you do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks.
yeah, really.
And
good.
you have a good radio voice too.
Mhm.
Thank
I
you.
was gonna say
I
that.
said it first.
So yeah, I've kind of learned as I've gone. It's been fun, but I think I'll be a little bit glad when February's over and I'm not like
No, but
panic.
it's-
I don't have tomorrow's done yet, so let's. Yeah.
But you know where you're going tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
And
I got it.
And do they know, or is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because I don't really, and I'm not. I mean, confession, they're not live or anything. Like I already have the footage recorded for
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I have to do the
Oh.
voiceover.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
Yeah.
the,
'Cause-
like the clips. Like
yeah,
the,
I got all
what
the
do you call
clips.
that? What do you call that?
Cammy
Kim?
probably
Bleeps?
knows the bleeps.
Stitches.
What's
Stitches?
the official word for it?
Reels.
Reels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are the where she cuts you because you're cutting and then you add it together?
Editing?
Technical term.
Oh
Whoa. Whoa.
man!
Wow.
I mean, nobody's surprised with my lack of knowledge.
Keith is not feeling well today.
Nobody's surprised.
I'll give him a break.
So
this will be good.
Yeah. He's
No,
not
that's not why. I'm just dumb.
He's dumb. He's dumb today because he's
I
sick.
thought that's like called like stitching or something.
Oh.
I mean, like you're cutting.
No,
You might.
we stitch in videos.
Oh,
Never mind. Moving on.
Moving on.
Clip it in.
So what types of things, you said it's changed over the years, but what types of things do you help businesses with? Like what's some
Sure.
examples?
Sure. We'll have new businesses move in. So kind of getting them up and rolling. Or, I guess one thing that's probably changed over the years is when I started in 2018, they gave me a list of empty buildings in Shawano. It was like, here's all the empty buildings. Figure out if any of them are for sale, for rent. Are they, inhabitable? What's the situation? And so slowly we have filled those. And today I have a list of businesses that want a space in downtown
That's
Shawano.
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
So it
Can
just
you
has-
come to Bondwell?
No, I gotta stay in Shawano.
They don't share?
But yeah, so that's really changed over the years. So helping some of those new businesses get rolling, I mean, everything from where could I get an awning or a sign? I mean, that's not my area of expertise, but I can give some suggestions because they're not the first person to ask me that. So yeah, I mean, actually during the year of COVID, that was an interesting one, I kind of felt like I was a therapist that year, really
Oh,
more
I
so
bet.
than anything, because it was just so many changes happened and nobody knew what was going to happen or the answers to any of them. So yeah, so it kind of just changes as the
That's a
needs
great
change.
resource, really.
It's a really good resource.
Mhm. Okay. What else do you want to talk about?
Well, that's it.
You have to ask the question.
What's that?
You have to ask the question.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Which
is it
one?
going to be this? She listens,
Oh.
so you're going to have to switch
Okay.
things up.
Are
Are you
'cause
a listener?
I am. Yeah. I
Okay.
feel like I might be prepared for your question, so I hope you don't throw me
Well,
off.
I'm gonna throw you off. I'm gonna change it a little bit because I got yelled at last week.
That was this. I don't know. I don't know if she's one for this one. She might think you're really crazy. But,
I'm gonna roll the dice.
okay.
Can't wait.
Okay. Do you believe in extraterrestrials?
Oh, I was really prepared for my earliest memory.
Yeah. Next time.
We will ask you that.
believe
Though.
No, we won't.
No. Okay. Well, now I want to know.
Yes.
I want to know, Lindsay. I want to
Do I
know.
believe extraterrestrial?
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, no, I don't.
You
no.
don't. Even after the Mexican government said that we have some.
First mistake, government.
Don't believe everything you hear, Keith.
But I can't believe it. Okay.
I do believe in
Okay,
aliens.
let's
but
pretend then. All
Okay.
right, let's pretend. You get visited by some aliens, and they're like, hey, Lindsay, come with me. I'll take you across all the galaxies for the next week. Great vacation. But when you get back, some time has passed on Earth.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make it a little bit more reasonable, okay? 3 months go by in that week.
That I was gone?
Yep. Would you go with them?
Oh.
Completely safe. It's okay.
No, I don't think
I
so.
knew she
I'm
was gonna
not
say
a
that.
risky gal like that. Plus, I I'd miss all kinds of things that my kids have going on.
That's
no,
such a dumb question. It's such a dumb question for anyone that has kids or
3 months isn't
or
that long.
or that isn't in prison. Like if you asked an inmate that, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'd go."
I would
But
go for 3 months.
You would?
Yeah.
You're an
leave you
I'll-
to take care of everything.
I mean,
I can't even hang a picture straight. You're gonna leave me with.
you'll be all right.
Okay.
You
So
know-
as soon as
You know a great resource that can get you some help in a lot of different areas.
So I knew when you were going to ask that question. Well, I didn't know he switched it up since last week. I was like, no way. This girl, no way.
3 months, I thought
she wouldn't
maybe.
even. I don't even think she would go if she didn't miss any time.
Yeah, what if they brought
That's-
you back to that exact point in time?
I think it's too risky for her.
I don't. Yeah.
And she doesn't believe in aliens, so she's
Right. I'm a little skeptical because of the whole I don't believe in them.
this is insane. You got to do better.
You tell me that every week. Here I am.
All right.
Okay, what is your first child? Let's ask that question since you already were
since I-
How
prepared.
many kids you got?
Well,
Which question first?
answer mine.
Okay, so I think my earliest memory as a child is it's like total squirrel moment all the time, isn't it?
You're doing
Aw.
great, Lindsay.
Oh,
So earliest memory, I got stung by a group of hornets.
oh.
I was probably like 3 years old.
Person.
Oh,
Someone
really?
else's, yes.
I was probably 3 years old, and my parents had somebody there, like unloading corn out of their old corn crib, and they were loading on an elevator. And my mom thought it'd be really cool to go watch that. And so as we got there, they found a like swarm of hornets in the corn crib, and it came out and it started attacking the guys that were doing it, and then it started like stinging me too on my head. And I remember touching it, and then I got stung on my head.
Mm.
And I remember I was little, so my mom kind of freaked out. Also, oldest child, so
Still, but I mean, are you
Didn't-
allergic?
I'm not.
You know what I
no.
mean? But like at that point,
Yeah. So she took me I went to the hospital
oh
because
my
she was
gosh.
afraid, that I wasn't. I was fine. But that is my earliest memory. Is that weird?
Not at all. We
No.
had one other guy.
Is it like a traumatic thing? Maybe.
Yeah,
It might. That's what we're gonna get to
That's-
the bottom of.
that's
Okay.
Cubby's earliest memory too.
Is getting stung.
On the face.
Yeah.
It must be something traumatic or painful, like Jordan's
Just a
getting shipped away on a Greyhound bus.
Oh, I heard. Listen to that.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
all Hans, his diapers going down the driveway. I mean, it's not funny, but it is. It's funny. But I really think you have an interesting childhood / life now. And I think you're like knowing, wait, I'm getting to something. I
I
think,
still answer your question. Don't
oh,
worry.
shoot.
no. I just go ahead. I want to hear where this goes.
No, she has a really good, I don't know, I didn't live at your house, but you have a very good farm life upbringing.
Sure.
And following her today, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense that Lindsay's kids are this way. Because I feel like how you said it was weird because your mom thought it'd be fun to watch. Of course your mom would bring you to watch that corn. Your kids would want to watch that today.
They probably would.
And so
yeah.
like that's not a surprise to me because I remember you guys had lambs or sheep
Yeah, when we were younger.
and you had baby lambs and my mom.
Did you come see them?
My mom brought me and I have pictures in our
Oh, really?
photo album. Yep, of me with your baby lambs at your
Yes.
farm.
We used to get some orphan lambs from another family that we knew and then would bottle feed them and raise them. Yeah, we did that for a while. But mostly we had beef cattle, which is
Yeah.
what our family does today too.
So talk
Yeah.
about that. Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
So I grew up in Manawa, of course, riding Don Carews' school bus.
Mhm.
And
Legendary.
he was. He was.
You get mad once in a while, but deservingly. Now looking back, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he probably needed to. And he drove bus forever.
80?
Right?
Was he like 80?
He was quite old when he was done. I don't know. I mean, it was all my whole childhood, my younger sisters, all of it. So I'm the oldest of 3 girls. We grew up on a beef cattle farm. Hereford cattle is what we raised. And my sisters and I showed cattle a lot. That was kind of what our family did for fun, vacation. doesn't probably sound like you guys are going like to Arizona. We never did that. We went to cattle shows all over the country is how we spent our
Really?
vacation. Yeah, I know.
And did you love it?
I did because that's what my family does today for family
Sorry.
vacation. So yeah, I must have.
But your kids love it, it
They
seems.
do. Yeah. So funny. So I have 2 kids to answer your question. I have a son, Isaac, who's a freshman in high school, and then a daughter, Charlotte, who's in 6th grade. And so we took our first like non-cattle vacation last summer. Okay. And we went to the Smokies and it was very fun. But at the end, we said to the kids, okay, so because normally our family vacation is this week-long cattle show in some part of the country that we travel to. And so we said to the kids, all right, so like, would you want to do this again next year? Or what did you think? And both of them said, yeah, maybe wait a couple years and then do something like this again. We want to go back to
The cattle shows.
yeah.
That's so great.
You know, I think as a parent, you're like, maybe are we depriving our children of something? But
No,
I guess
not at all.
No,
Mhm.
no.
That is, I think, what our world is lacking is more of when I see any post of your kids between Charlotte and her writing.
yes,
That's
she
so
isn't.
cool.
She loves to write.
So she does a newspaper column, right?
She does. Yep. She's done that in the summer. I think she's done. She doesn't think she's going to do it again this summer, but probably for the last 4 years, she writes a weekly newspaper. She's very dedicated to it. It's kind of happenings around our farm, maybe a recipe, maybe always a joke. She loves jokes. But yeah, she just loves to write and would like to be an author someday is what she thinks. Yeah.
Such a daughter of yours. Like,
Yeah.
and your son in his pumpkins.
Yeah, so my son grows pumpkins, a lot of pumpkins. It started out as actually like a COVID project is what spurred that. I mean, he kind of grew a few before, but during COVID, it was like, can I grow some pumpkins? We're like, yeah, sure. We're not going anywhere. So he grew some pumpkins, maybe like 25 hills, and that was fun. And today his seeds arrived like about a month ago. And so I think he'll plant somewhere around 700 hills of pumpkins.
So what does that mean? 700 hills.
Like
Mounds.
mounds, yeah, like in the ground.
You've
That's
never
why-
grown a pumpkin?
Well, mine didn't grow last year or the year before because I didn't
You
know
just
this.
threw them all over the garden.
Yeah,
No,
so
I
like,
did not. I put them in a pile,
So that's a mound.
but it
Yeah.
didn't grow. It flowered.
Cool.
It flowered.
Oh.
Why didn't it grow though?
Did it get pollinated? Did you have bees? You had bees.
Oh, I'm sure we.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I don't
I'll
know.
talk to your son about it later.
Mhm, Isaac can help you. Mhm. Yeah, so he does that and just sells them at the end of our driveway.
Did you guys sell out?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Usually by the first weekend of October, he's done because he grows all the weird ones like pink, yellow, bumpy,
Yep.
tan, all the weird things. And last year, did you see my pictures of the huge pumpkin he grew?
Yep.
Yeah, 714 pounds.
Whoa.
Her kids are like legit cool. Like she has cool kids. And you know what? Something I picked up on what you said is during COVID, he was bored. I think I don't quote
Yeah.
me. And he's like, I'm going to grow pumpkins. Can you just think about how great it is when the world was shut? I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff, but how many things I hear from people. Well, during COVID, I figured it out during COVID, or during COVID, I picked up crocheting, or where we get our perfume from.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like during
All things
COVID,
that
yeah.
started that wouldn't have happened otherwise.
Yes,
Mhm.
because it's like you're home, and I feel like we're just like no service to ourselves by being busy
Right.
and consumed by all these things when there's like little cool things we can do every day. Don't you agree?
hmm
Off topic. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let's go back to your childhood a
Oh.
little bit. And okay, so you went to Manawa,
Yeah.
great school.
Yeah,
You graduated.
I did. Yes.
Why do I
Some of us didn't almost make it.
why do I think of you when I think of you at the old middle school.
Oh, on Main Street there.
Yeah, with the crumbling stairs.
Yep.
It was brutal.
It was bad.
Teacher lounge still smoking in it.
Coming out the door.
And you know who that teacher was between Mr. Lemke and Miss Zugi.
Yes.
But Miss Zugi loved you.
She did. Yes.
And
Uh-huh.
she didn't mind me either. But like
that's good.
I remember
What did she call you? Because she always called people by their given name.
Nicole. And then when she would say 6, everyone would laugh, sex, because it sounded like sex.
Oh.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I just, yeah.
She seemed almost like, and anybody from Manawa that had Mizugi will agree, she almost seemed like she was English.
Yeah. I mean, everyone had her.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Like she was old at the beginning of time.
When I had her. Yeah.
She's still alive, isn't she?
I think she is. I do. I think she is.
Is Mr. Lemke still alive?
Oh, I have no idea.
He was interesting. He wasn't as kind as Mizugi. Like he was interesting. But we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
Because, but I think of you in Miss Zugi's old classroom
Where
at
the
student council.
Seats were all perfectly set
Always.
up, spaced perfectly. Always.
Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? She was intense. She was intense, but she was great.
She was. I mean,
why
like,
did she teach us about the Holocaust? Can we talk about that? Because she was an English teacher.
she did. I don't
She taught
remember
us-
that.
We like how to write a paper. It was all about the Holocaust.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember
And
that.
I think the only thing I can chalk it up to is that we weren't getting that education when we were
Sure,
supposed
across
to.
the hallway.
Yep. Because Malia and I discussed it. She's like, yeah. Why did she teach us?
Yeah,
all
we
about
read the Diary of Anne Frank in
And
her
she
class.
taught
Maybe
us
that's why.
all up, and she would be like, think about that. And we're like, oh my
Mhm.
God, no.
Yeah.
But how to write a paper and like the whatever.
Yeah, an outline, remembering all
Yep.
of that. I know. At the time, I probably didn't appreciate it, but I think you had a very good foundation in English if you had Mrs. Zugi as a teacher.
She would be so disappointed in my writing today. I mean, she would be like, what is this? But I mean, I passed. So we moved on from that.
You
But yeah.
graduated.
So barely. So I think of you as you're always like a care, like taking care of things. Like, and I don't remember why, but I remember sitting at a student council meeting, and I was in student council. I don't know why. Probably because I thought it was just something to get out of
Cool.
class or get out of whatever. But I was like in 5th grade. But you were
Right.
like mother hen then,
Sure. I
making sure everybody was taken care of. And I just remember always feeling safe when I was around you.
Oh,
School bus too.
sure.
Yeah. So like when
What's-
I think of you, it's always a good thought.
What's the age difference?
So
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2001. Are you
So
3
you were-
years younger than me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No.
When did I graduate? 3, 4, what? Is it 2 years?
3,
3.
2 years.
Yep.
She doesn't know how old she is.
I had to think about it. So you were in Alicia's class.
Yes.
She was in your class.
Yes. Same class.
Yep. Same bus.
Same bus. There was more than one bus in Manawa. I just want everybody to know.
We were just around the lake, but yeah.
Oh,
And your
yeah.
parents, yeah. So you explained that a little bit, but her parents are really good people. So you guys know, they kind of know the Andy story, don't they?
Maybe not the whole backstory though. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, explain.
Not yet, because
explain her parents.
Andy will be on.
Will he be on the show?
Yeah, he's coming up. He's
Okay.
coming up. But your parents are very good people, and
They
they
are.
are Andy's boss. Sis.
Yeah. Mhm.
And if he had any other bosses, it wouldn't work out that way. I don't think. But they take care of him and anybody along the way that needs help.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just the way my parents are. That they're
Yeah,
just
they are good people.
they're good people. They are. I mean, I'm not just saying that because they're my parents.
Well,
but
I mean, I wouldn't say that about my. I'm just kidding. I would. Mom, I'm kidding. Dad, I'm kidding.
But yeah. So I mean, yeah, through the whole Andy process, I mean, my
They
mom
have been so great. Yep.
Yeah, my mom worried about him as if she was his mom.
Yeah.
Through the whole
And still,
thing.
and Andy's never said a bad. Like he's like, I'm so fortunate to have them
Mhm.
support in so many different ways. So yeah, that's awesome.
When did that business start?
Their business.
My parents?
Well,
Yeah.
one. Don't they have a couple?
They do, yeah. So where my mom's at, have you been there?
Yeah.
To her office? Okay. So they started that while I was in college. So it's probably 02 maybe?
Okay.
I think.
What business is it?
So it is Crosscut Solutions. They manufacture a chop saw like you'd use in a factory that makes flooring. Okay. So they manufacture that right there in Manawa, Wisconsin.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my parents are those kind of people that I don't think will ever actually retire, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're just those people who will continue to do what they're doing, I think, forever. Now, they're probably going to watch this, so I'll be interested to see if they agree with me or not. But pretty sure, you know, and my dad works for, it's a business that actually my grandpa started. And so he and my mom now own it, but he travels a lot for his job, did a lot when we were growing up. So that's a whole nother aspect of grew up in a household where my dad traveled a lot and we had a farm and we kept things going while he was traveling.
What was that business?
So it's called Lindsay Machinery. So my mother's maiden name is Lindsay.
Which is great.
Yeah, which is
That's
why my name is. My grandpa and I share a birthday, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They say that's a soul connection.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So my grandpa just celebrated his 95th birthday last August. Yeah.
Wow.
I think he and Mrs. Zuki are the same age, actually.
No way.
I think so. Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Did your grandpa have a bunch of old cars?
Yeah, he still does.
Okay.
Yep. So he has collected old cars for a long time. Doesn't have quite as many as he once did, but yeah, still has a lot of old cars. That is his passion. Mm-hmm.
I was wondering when the segue was going to happen, is when she's going to bring up her outfit and where
My
she
outfit?
got it. Yeah.
Oh, you want to ask? So this came from.
I'll just help you.
No, this came from.
I know you want to talk about it.
No, I want to talk about Lindsay, not my.
She was saying that she coordinates with the chair.
Mhm. She wouldn't
well,
let me sit there because she wanted to sit in that chair.
No,
because it matched her.
that would
outfit.
match too. That would match too. I got
I
it from
agree.
I got it from an estate sale
Oh,
for like $1 or a quarter. I can't remember. It was in a closet. It's old,
very
but
fun.
I'm going for a Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek
Yes.
vibe, and I really liked her. But no, I didn't want to talk about myself. I wanted to talk about Lindsay, but it's thanks for bringing it up.
Really?
It's like
Because you
yeah.
looked really happy explaining it.
well, because it's a great find.
It is.
Okay, so if you, we kind of go all over the place.
That
Oh,
really.
Moira Rose is, you like that show too.
oh, she's hilarious.
She's
This
so funny.
Crazy stuff she says is just
It was sad that she died.
sad that people die.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens.
It
but
happens.
It does. But I mean, like Home Alone mom,
Not-
like
not
oh,
Mrs.
I know.
No, not Mrs.
Not Mrs. Zugi.
Zugi.
Yep. I think I just asked Andy if she's. He's like, yeah, I think she's at Manawa Nursing Home.
Okay.
I
should
could
go
not
visit her.
imagine being her caretaker. I will hold back.
Do you think maybe you should go visit her?
No, I don't think she. I don't think I was that impressionable in her mind.
Think
Like,
she'll remember you? I bet she would.
she would remember you. You're the type of people she would remember the real. I was never naughty to her because I was scared to death of Mrs. Zuki.
What grade did you have for?
She had Mrs.
Seventh and eighth.
Yep.
Seventh and eighth.
She had some, and I bet you'll agree. And if you don't, I won't be mad.
Okay.
She had some way to have respect from all different types of kids, the naughty ones
Yes.
and the good ones. Like she had this like presence that like people just respected Mrs. Zuki. Like and they had this like they were kind of scared of her, but yet you
Mhm.
kind of liked her. It was
in
weird.
a weird way. I think it was because she called you by your given name, which, okay, sometimes, I don't remember who it was in my class. I think there was a Kathy in my class. And so she called her Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy's name was actually Kathy. Like her parents named her Kathy, but she still called her Catherine.
There is a Nikki that had that issue too. That she's like, no, my name is Nikki. She's like, it's Nicole. Like I'm Nicole, right? And Manuel, it's funny because if someone's here and they'll say Nikki, I'm like, that's a Manawa
Yeah.
name of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's someone from the past if they call me Nikki. Or if they're saying, they're like, yeah, do you know Nikki? I'm like, oh, you talked to someone from my childhood because
Sure.
that's my childhood name.
Yeah.
But never Mizuki.
Mm-mm.
I had to provide a birth certificate to Mrs. Zugi because she kept docking a point every time I would write my name because I have a capital C in Nicole. Thanks, Mom. She did not believe me. She thought it was like some like cool thing I was trying to like
points
Just
off
trying
for
to-
that though.
for like a paper of for misspelling or writing things. It would be like a cross off on my C, and then she's like, I need to see. My mom had to provide proof. My mom will
Just trying to be hip and cool with a big C.
no, I did. So she was like, oh, and then she thought it was beautiful, like because my mom whatever.
Well, she had to, circle back and real.
No, she wasn't.
I mean, how do you not? You made somebody bring in their birth certificate because they didn't believe
But
you.
I feel like
Then
she
you
would.
got to be like, oh yeah, that's really cool.
Mizuki would have been like, no, it's dumb. Like, you know what I mean? If she wasn't there
Just
to
tell it how it is.
Yep, she wasn't there to please anybody, but she had some level of respect from everybody.
Oh.
If you could
I
give
kind
it,
of want to go visit her.
you want to?
I'll be like, hey, do you remember me?
He's a Seymour graduate, not Manawa. If you
7th
could,
and 8th grade. Had you 2 years.
is that why you're collecting all this information? Hey, what grade did she teach?
Right. So he has his facts down.
We did a paper on the Holocaust. Why did we learn about the Holocaust? It was English.
She would come out in the hallway. We're giving her way too much airtime, but she would come out in the hallway if we'd be in the other classroom and he would be screaming at kids and she would just stand. Yep, the baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Matilda stuff. Miss Trunchbull.
Wait,
no
you
lie.
can't just quick go over that real
He
quick.
was
Like,
insane. He was.
who's he? What are you talking about?
We're not giving names because
Okay.
of things.
Explain.
So like there was maybe a baseball bat involved and maybe breaking desks and slamming it on desks and throwing. He used to throw kids.
and
then
it just was desks.
then it was desks. But like in Dela's era, it was like students.
Oh.
But he owned a bar in town and probably was drunk a lot or hungover, smoked like a fiend. But anyways, when he would be out of hand, she would just stand in his doorway and go, and he would stop.
Here comes Mom.
That's what I'm getting at. Like she had like mobster respect. Like this was like, even he would be like, oh, his shoes. They probably had smoke breaks together. I imagine they had a common ground there. Cause you know, when you are a smoker, you bond on smoke breaks. I feel like we talk too much about smoking on here, but yeah, there is a level of respect for that woman and him. Like, side note, Holly Blair, Allie Bleckel, Alicia Dobrats,
Also bussers.
school bussers. We would spy on that teacher.
Really?
We would look at his windows. We were like,
At home? At his house?
His house.
he lived on Bear Lake.
You little
Yeah.
weirdos.
We
How old
would,
were you? 25?
Middle school. It was last year.
it was last year. No, because like he actually had like a really nice house and like a
Yes.
nice life and probably nice wife and stuff, but nothing interesting happened. Like he would just be sitting in his
Well,
lazy
what
boy.
were you waiting for?
Like anything.
And he never knew?
No,
No.
it was.
Okay.
Imagine nowadays ring cameras.
Right?
Like
You'd be
kids
all
can't-
over.
Yep. Kids can't
Do any
snoop.
pranks.
Nope,
pranks.
they can't. They can't. We used to do that all the time. But anyways,
You used to be a peeping Tom all the time? Learning so much about you in your childhood.
sadly, yes, we did. We used to spy all the time. Like if any of these people will listen to this, like, yeah, that was like, let's go do that. Let's go spy on people. Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like the other day when you're like, we're going on vacation. We're gonna have somebody.
It's okay.
It's been spelled out
Think
before.
somebody else has?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's like, we gotta, you put stuff away, hide stuff when we go on vacation because we're gonna have a house sitter at our house. I'm like looking at her a
You're
little
like-
weird. She's like, oh, I would do that all the time when I house sit it for people. I would
When I
go
would
snooping
babysit
around their
Spine.
house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
And if anyone babysits, they do. They'll snoop around. Like when the parents go to bed. You're making
I'm
me
thinking it's just your friend circle. Thought that was normal.
I always had Mrs. Judas would call me Harriet the Spy.
Did you have her for fifth grade?
I didn't, but I
Oh.
would have braids, one at each braid, like down the middle, whatever, two braids on the side. She said I look like Harriet the Spy. And I had a suitcase full of spy gear because I would spy on my neighbors.
She was prepared.
Like a notebook, magnifying glass, binoculars. Okay. We're supposed to be talking
And this is what led to her being a cop.
Right.
Right.
This
I
was the
always was
prelude.
intrigued. Right. So like, I don't know where
I
I'm
don't-
going
I
with that.
mean, cops don't become peeping toms. Like they're not.
They were beforehand, apparently. Uh-huh.
There was something about that though. About I've always had.
Okay.
Let's go, Lindsay.
All right,
tell me
so-
something stupid you did when you were little.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
What did you do
did
stupid
we-
when you were little? You didn't spy on people.
I didn't spy on people. No.
Yeah, that's dumb. So dumb.
I shot all the windows out of my parents' barn when I was little with a BB gun.
Oh.
See, that led you to being
That's
a cop, right?
Stupid. They're perfectly good windows too.
But they were not impressed.
No. I had to pick up all the glass. That was my punishment.
Yeah.
So, what advice, Lindsay, would you give to?
We're going to go over here.
I don't want to talk anymore. You guys are making all of my friends that spied with me would be like, "Yeah, we did that. It was fun." It was the 90s.
We'll
Right.
see. We'll see. You just call them out.
We named them.
What would be your advice to any small town or Shawano-sized town or
Okay.
similar or any town to help get things moving? Because I was at the doctor the other day, not to brag about myself, but a lady came up to me and she said,
In Shawano? I shouldn't ask.
no,
but-
no, you can.
Oh.
The HIPAA doesn't apply here.
Okay.
I was in Green Bay and she's like, "Are you Nicole from the mill?" I'm like,
Oh.
"Yeah." And she sat down and she's like, "I have so many questions about how to get our community going."
Sure.
It was Seymour.
Oh.
And she
okay.
goes, "I also need to connect with someone from Shawano and see what they did."
Sure.
So I feel like your knowledge we need to dive more into in like giving advice to communities,
Sure.
how to get the word out and like how to get moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of different pieces. It's not just one thing. And I think, so Bonduelle invited me to their redevelopment authority meeting last fall, maybe.
Mhm.
And I think probably like my biggest thing that I kept telling them was, it's not going to happen overnight. Shawano didn't just wake up one day and bam, all our storefronts were filled. And we still have things to work on and things we want to do. So I think it's a long process and it takes a couple people to like get the ball rolling, like it takes somebody to, like you guys, you took a big risk here buying this building, turning it from a feed mill into a coffee shop, but it is a destination. People come here for it. And when those people come here, they want to do other things, right? How many times I bet have you heard that?
All the time.
Like, where else can we go? Where could we?
It's daily.
Yeah.
Daily. And they're like, "Oh man," like, and we send them in Bonduelle. But if there was more, they would stay longer.
They would stay longer.
And they
Yeah.
go here to Shawano. Always, if I'm like, especially a group of ladies, "Where are you going?" "Oh, is there anything else in town?"
Yeah.
Anywhere else to shop.
And then they're like, "We're heading to Shawano," always.
Yeah, I mean, I've run into groups of ladies who have said that we came from Bonduelle at the mill to came to Shawano. So that's great that you send them. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
but I-
Send them back. we need more.
But yeah, I think it took a couple of people. And I mean, it was kind of, at the time I started, it was a time when Shawano parks were really expanding
you're right.
and doing a lot. And so we have a lot of great parks. So that
You
was
do. You
something
guys have a lot
else
of great parks.
that was going on. It was also a time when our city was doing a lot of things, getting engaged. They had done a downtown master plan right before I started. And so it kind of said like things that they wanted to do. It was like big dreams. Okay. So I kind of told Bonduelle that too, like put together a kind of your big dreams. Like, what do you want? Even though it might not even be possible or seem possible. One of our big dreams in Shawano was some sort of central downtown plaza thing that we thought was a huge dream. Today it's there. The neighborhood is there. It is a place kind of right outside of Stubborn Brothers there. It
Yes,
connects our
such a
park
Yep.
with our main street. And we just didn't have a way to do that. And we didn't think it was going to ever be possible. But through some amazing grants, Matt Hendricks, who works for Park and Rec, worked on that a lot. He's an amazing grant writer. And we just have an amazing staff in Shawano too, at the city, that is just like, let's figure out how to get stuff done. But I think it just takes a lot of people who are willing to take a risk. But kind of how it happened is, slowly things started building in Shawano, and we had some businesses in Green Bay who saw, and they brought their business to Shawano or a second location of their business, and then eventually moved. And so kind of at some point it's like keeping up with the Joneses, you know, you get noticed. So I think it's small stuff. Like when I started with that master plan, I got a copy of it, and I mean, there were things like, we need flower pots with flowers in them. And I was like, oh, well, that's simple. Let's just do that.
And that you guys do have very beautiful flower hanging baskets.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
I talk about that a lot, don't I?
All the time.
I do.
They are gorgeous.
It's funny you bring it up because I am envious of when I drive down. I'm like, we need this in Bondwell. We need hanging flowers.
And we have an amazing crew at the city that waters them. Like,
I see it
multiple times a day.
They
That's what it
they have
takes.
that machine, don't they, to water them? Didn't Jesse say?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just a big,
But it's like a
stick with
different
a
type
water
of.
spigot on the end,
I'm not really sure.
and then a
It's
water
like a
tank
I've
in the
never
back.
driven it, but that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
So yeah, I mean, so some of it is small stuff just to start things moving, or we wanted seating. So we worked with Park and Rec, and in the wintertime, they built us a bunch of colorful Adirondack chairs and set them out downtown.
Oh, cool.
You know, like, and it just, people noticed. People were like, oh, those look fun. Let's stop in this town and see what they have.
I've taken senior pictures on those chairs.
Have you?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Those are great.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just I think you have to start small is my biggest advice. Start small, and a lot of little things make a big difference and attract people. Oh, not only people, but like businesses to want to come there, as well as shoppers. Because at the end of the day, you need shoppers if you're going to keep your small businesses going. Shoppers, visitors, coffee drinkers.
Yeah, we hear that a lot from people from south of the state. They're like, God, you guys have a great thing going here. And they mean more Shawano area. But like, they stop it here to get coffee and they go, they're like, we don't have things like this around by us.
Yeah. You know,
which is weird because
it
it's
is.
big cities. But bigger's not always better. I guess not.
No, I mean, and like, I have a soft spot for entrepreneurs. I just, I love working with entrepreneurs. And so I love supporting entrepreneurs. And I think that's why it's so easy to promote Shawano, because there's just so many great entrepreneurs, so many shops that are there. But yeah, not every main street is booming. Some are shutting down. Some are
so sad. Some are like, sad.
So we are fortunate, and it's just a fun time. It's just a fun place to be.
You guys always have something going. It's great. And then they invite us too. So that's the fashion show.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's great. Also a Manawa girl.
I know.
Callie.
Caitlin,
sorry. Edit that out. Caitlin. What?
Caitlin.
Hey. Also a Manawa girl.
Also a Manawa girl.
Caitlin.
I know her name. I suck. But anyway, she reached out last night and she's like, hey, judging by your 1,400 miss text message, like not open to text messages. Yeah. She's like, I'm thinking you didn't check your email. I'm like, I never check my email or whatever. So she's like, hey, we're doing the fashion show again. I'm like, thanks for inviting us.
Yeah.
Being a good team player.
For sure. Yeah, there's always something going on. I think that is really fun too, about Shawano. I don't know.
Always
something going on.
Do you think your children are going to be they kind of already are, but do you think they're going to end up being mini versions of you and your husband?
Probably. Like they already are. At 14 and 12, they already are mini versions. But for sure, my son, he's one of those people like, man, the poor soul that he works for someday is what I think. He's really not somebody who's going to work for somebody. I think he'd do better as an entrepreneur. We all would. But yeah, he is very much that way. I think probably so. But also I think it's kind of like the environment you grow up in, right? Some of that, I mean, my parents were entrepreneurs. Us with our farm business, I consider us entrepreneurs.
100%, yeah.
I always consider farmers entrepreneurs. And so that's what my kids see. And so I think, not only that, but also, I mean, my kids were little when I took this job. And so I drug them along to downtown stuff a lot.
Yep. I saw them at your booth, your beef stick, frozen beef sticks.
Yeah.
That's Knox smelled.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I smell beef sticks.
I'm like, no, they're not here, buddy.
He was right.
They were frozen.
They were frozen. So I'm not sure how he smelled them, but he did. He was right.
So I photographed their family, beautiful farm. Would you call it a farm if it's a beef farm?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because when I said farm before, you kind of were like, beef. So I
Oh.
didn't know if I was saying it wrong.
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of kinds of farms.
There is. And she tipped me with steaks and beef sticks and tons of meat.
Beef. Yeah.
Beef.
Mhm.
It was
We like beef.
It was such a great. I will take your pictures anytime.
Okay.
I would do it for beef.
For beef. Yeah, we need to do that again because
There was
somebody
such-
just used that picture and like my son is about this tall and now he is like
I know. It's such a hassle though, isn't it?
It is.
Like getting outfits, but you always look put together.
Outfits,
But
and then people got to be clean
Yeah.
and organized and all there is the other problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and your cattle
It's harder and
behaved.
harder as they get older.
It does.
The trees were beautiful. Everything
They
about
were.
your session was absolutely beautiful.
It was.
And not just because I took the picture, like legit. I love your session, your farm.
You loved it so much. There's
It's a
picture
on my
hanging
wall.
on your-
I have her cow on my wall.
not our
Cows.
family, just
Cows.
the cows.
Yeah, not her family. That would be weird. But yeah, there was some cattle pictures, and that's when it was like super. Like Hobby Lobby had pictures of cows everywhere, and I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, I can take that.
Right. You don't need to buy one of those.
The Johnson farm.
got
I always
it.
say it's the Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson's cows. Keith, I know you have more questions for her.
Or
What made
extraterrestrial questions.
Why don't you believe in aliens?
No, no.
We're really stuck on that.
Why? What brought you to Shawano?
Oh, good question. So I came to Shawano right after college for a completely different job. That is what brought us to
Okay.
Shawano. So my husband came here first, actually. We might have been engaged. I can't remember. So he's a couple years older than I am. And so I was still in college when he came here for a job. He came here to work at Gen X. He still works there today. So he came here first. And then when I graduated college, I didn't know what I was going to do, didn't have a job.
Would you go for?
I am a marketing communications.
Of course you are.
Yeah, with an animal science minor, so got the agriculture in there. Went to school at River Falls, which is actually where I met my husband. And so came here eventually for a job at Gen X as well. It was a temporary job. I was only supposed to be there 6 months. I was a college grad who didn't have a job. So I was like, yeah, 6 months is better than nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up staying for like 12 and a half years. I worked there in the communications
Of course
department.
they'd keep you. I would keep you too.
Yeah, so that was fun. So worked there for 12 and a half years. Did a lot of their advertising, website updates. I planned events and coordinated international visitors that came.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of where my passion for event planning started, was when I started doing that. And then eventually, you have kids and all sorts of things. And it was kind of a case of, my husband travels a lot for his job. He still does today. I was going to work, and of course at that time people, had to work from 8 to 4:30 at the office. It wasn't like flex scheduling at all. Yet it was pre-COVID. And so I was going to work, dropping kids off at daycare, running home on my lunch hour, changing into barn clothes, checking cows that were calving, grabbing lunch, and then putting my dress clothes back on and going back to work for the afternoon.
Wow.
It was kind of a rat race. And so I was like, I gotta do something else. You know what I mean? I need something that is part-time or different. And so actually the job with downtown, I read it on Facebook is where I saw it. And I was like, oh, maybe that's what I should do.
Yeah.
It was really scary though.
How do they
Really scary.
put that position out there? Like, how do they word it?
So I work as an independent contractor, actually. I'm not an employee, which was really scary because, of course, I was an employee who had a salary, all
Yeah.
the safe things. And so changing to be an independent contractor was scary. And it was part-time, and they couldn't exactly tell me how many hours it was going to be.
Was it a new position, or was
No.
you replacing somebody that left?
There had been a few previous people in that position as well. The one before me, actually, she was the spouse of a former coworker of mine, and she had gotten very sick and passed away. So the position had kind of been open for a while, or they're just trying to fill things in the meantime. So there wasn't nobody trained me, if that is, it was kind of like there wasn't a manual for this job. So I guess I took a leap of faith when I left there, when I left my safety of a salary job and took this job. I think I told my husband, I was like, I have no idea. Like, we might not be able to buy groceries. You know, I mean, it was scary. We were able to eat, though. I mean, I have a freezer of beef. So
Yeah. I was like, go, you have a cow or two out there. Go eat them.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's scary to go to a part-time job that didn't know exactly how many hours it would be. Now I love it because some parts of the year it's really busy and other parts of the year I don't work that many hours.
But you create the hours. Look at
Yeah, they
February.
can be whenever
Yep.
I want them to be.
Yep.
So I do love that about it. And I couldn't go back to a desk job now. That would be hard
So hard.
to like, you know, now the world has changed and people have flexible options, but it'd be hard to go back to that. So yeah, so I do that. I sell beef. We sell beef.
What's your beef farm called if I want to buy some?
Oh, Johnson Family Cattle.
Okay, out of Shawano.
Out of Shawano.
Do you ship?
We do not.
Oh,
Nope, we
okay.
do not ship. That's a whole nother level of
Yeah.
rules and regulations. And I just haven't gone there. So yeah, so we sell beef as well, and pumpkins from the end of our road in the fall.
I love that. I love that you commented somebody, I don't remember it. I want to say they were talking about Walmart pumpkin prices and you're like,
Oh yeah, that was me.
and I was like, yes.
You know, as someone said, like there was a farm who grew those pumpkins. I'm like, I know, but there's just something.
What did they say?
They said that, you know,
Oh,
some
that is
farm,
not, no.
some farm
Shush
grew those pumpkins,
Yeah.
which I know somebody did. But there's so many local, I mean, this comes back to my whole, like, always support
Yeah.
local when you can.
Always.
There is somebody local, there's a lot of somebody's local who grow
a lot
pumpkins,
of somebody locals.
for example, that you can buy direct from.
Why are you looking at me?
I thought you were going somewhere with that.
Well,
like,
because we know what you said, but they don't know.
Oh,
I don't.
So that's why he wants to know.
got it.
So I don't remember what it was. You probably do, but it was something like, hey, you know, there's a local, or it's always better to buy. And it wasn't even like your place. It was like, it's always better to support the local pumpkin farmers before you maybe the pumpkin's $1, but I mean, like the
Right.
work that goes into it. And just think of the education your son got and all of the cool things behind, I can grow pumpkins. Do you know what I mean? And he's doing this all. So support the kid
Yeah.
that is doing all of this work.
Right. And I think not only like just supporting pumpkin farmers, but same thing with your supporting any local store. You know,
Right.
I always, like once in a while I go into the schools and I'm talking about, you know, shopping local and what that means. And I always use the example of, you know, like if you buy your shoes at the Cobbler's Closet downtown, Bob and Nancy probably shop at Charlie's for their groceries. So they're taking your money down to Charlie's to
Charlie's
buy
a good dude.
And Charlie supports so
Yes,
many things in
he
our
does.
community. So like those dollars stay in your community when you spend them.
And it's
local.
true.
They do. They stay
It's true.
right here.
It's easy for us. We're more willing to give back, especially to people that we see in here all the time.
For sure. Because you know they support you.
All the time. Yep.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we want it back in our community because you're here all the time. So why wouldn't we want to help you out?
Right. And I mean, I always say, you know, so many times, sometimes it's going to be a little bit more expensive to buy, possibly from a small business owner, but nobody factors in the cost of what it's going to cost you to travel far away to buy that. You know, whether you're traveling to Green Bay, like there's a cost.
And the time.
And the time. Yeah. My time is valuable. I don't have time to run around for whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always say like, check in Shawano first before you run somewhere.
Bondwell.
Or Bondwell.
Yeah, that's what she
Let's-
meant.
I
She
meant-
meant that. Edit that out.
Right.
Just
Or
kidding.
Bondwell. If you have it here.
He's sick.
It's going to blow my nose real
Okay.
quick.
He's sick.
Cammy already knows to edit it out.
Quick pause.
Okay. Honk. No.
She's like zooming in.
Is there anything as you are listening that you think we should highlight it? Because sometimes we're all over the place, so she keeps us in line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
she
actually
does
pretty
a
on
lot.
track. Just, I know,
Oh.
there was a little blip there, but yeah.
I think that was the Mrs. Suki.
Or the peeping Tom.
She's half the episode, but that's okay.
This is sad.
Jeez.
So
Are you wondering if she's ever looked into your windows?
I mean, she
that was
probably
too far.
has.
That was too far.
That was,
Oh,
yeah, she probably could have.
no. Oh, no.
Although, like,
Too
we
far.
always did tell my dad
Too
during
far of-
homecoming, like, homecoming,
yeah.
toilet
Put
paper, and
your-
like, make sure you are dressed.
Our
Don't
dad
be
too.
walking around in your
tiny
underwear
whities. Yep.
in the house.
Yep.
Homecoming week.
Yes.
when you say too far, you mean like that's like you would never do that, or because it's actually too physically
Distance.
far
Yeah.
to ride your bike?
she wasn't above our
No,
keeping time.
it
She was
was-
just distance wise. It was
Yeah.
like a
Oh.
little too far
Just,
for nighttime
Just
biking.
outside.
That'd be a long
just
bike
outside
ride.
the peeping Tom radius of Nicole
goodness,
and
right?
her hoodlum friends.
The Rubberneck Gang.
okay, so this is a kind of off-topic question, but were you aware that Nicole was in a cult growing up?
Oh, so
Yeah, were there whispers?
back to the school bus. Okay.
Were they whispered on the
Yeah,
school
good
bus?
question.
Oh.
Well, yes, probably not. You know what I mean? As a kid, kids don't realize that stuff. But I do remember Nicole getting on the school bus dressed one way and bringing different clothes that she was going to wear to school.
Oh.
Sinner.
And Dayla did that a lot too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Malia.
And
yeah.
I mean, all of you.
Yeah. We would have to change. We would get on the bus and change,
And change on the bus.
or put
or-
makeup on,
Mm-hmm.
or
How old are we talking here?
I don't know.
When did this start?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I don't know.
Probably like 6th grade,
Yeah,
5th
because
grade.
you had real long braids.
All the time.
Always.
Mhm.
Or they were wrapped.
Or my mom would give me a crown, like
Yes.
a braided crown,
Okay.
or a bun
Mm-hmm.
before it was cool.
Yeah, so I do, but I guess I think I knew it was like, I don't think I thought cult, but I don't also think that word was merely in my vocabulary.
Right. And like her parents probably weren't whispering about it to them.
No, I don't remember ever. I think we just thought it was there's a lot of different religions out there. And so I think that was maybe just what it was,
Mhm. Interesting. Good
What
question.
a sweet way to answer that too.
Yeah, she's
Thank
very
you.
she's very polished, isn't she? This one.
No, we just thought she was weird.
I did not say that.
Oh, that's what I would have said.
She changed on the school bus.
Yeah, she changed on the school, but like I do remember
You're like,
that.
oh,
though.
she's getting on in a dress.
Oh,
wait,
she's getting off.
She's
and-
putting her sinner jeans on.
right.
that's we would have to do that.
Oh, funny.
That's interesting.
Okay, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is more back on topic. But and then you kind of touched on this earlier too, but what would be something that you would encourage people in Bonduel to like what would be step one to kind of build up the area?
Sure. Yeah. So one thing that we really talked about, we never actually did this in Shawano, but there's a lot of need for an incubator space. Okay. So do you know what I mean by an incubator
No.
space?
Like for startup.
Yeah, like a
that-
startup. Like it's really scary to start a business, right? I mean, would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Time,
Yep.
money, and you also have no idea if that's really going to be successful, your business. Not all businesses are successful. Also scary fact. So an incubator space is something that really works well in towns. Starting that as a space where people can rent it or use it for a small amount of time. And then
Like
it's
the blend.
kind of like the blend
She
was.
did good there.
Yes. Uh-huh. And then it's like, and as Alex at the blend always said, at some point they grow up and they're big kids and they need their own space. They learn that we could use more space. And so then they help fill a empty space on Main Street, which is what actually we had talked about it. And then Alex had her idea with the blend and it was like,
It's
we don't
such a great-
need
Yeah.
that because she's already doing that. And so many people who had been at the blend in a small booth did move on and fill some of
They
our
did.
empty building. Yeah. A lot of success stories. Simply Sassy Clothing.
Yep.
She was in
Yep.
the blend. Annalise Hartwig, who
Yep.
had a shop on Main Street. She was. There's a gal who moved to Clintonville, down home on Main.
Yep. Yep.
She originally started in the blend.
That's right.
So it's a interesting way to like give people an opportunity, and maybe it doesn't work out, but they didn't lose a lot. They didn't
Mhm.
sign a 10-year lease, or they didn't take out some huge loan. They just maybe rented a corner of a shop for a little while. So it's a little less scary, but in the long run, it can help build your main street, because most likely a business is going to stay in that same area because that's where their customers are if they are successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's a great point.
That's smart.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's just one thing. There'd be others, but that's one that comes to my mind.
Do you think that they're on the right track with that redevelopment authority? And
I do. I mean, a lot of it is just starting those conversations, right? Having other people who are on board and supportive of what you want to do here in Bonduelle, right? It takes other people to think it's a good idea. So I think having other business owners who are kind of all on that same page is what is going to happen. And it's, they're using their resources too. I think they had worked with the WDEC, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corp. I think they're putting a plan together, kind of what does it look like? Like, what do we want it to look like someday?
right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
There's a lot of potential here in a lot of towns.
Is. Oh, for sure. But I mean, like, think of how many people you have drive by here in the summertime.
So many.
But you just need to get them to stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is the biggest thing. How do we get them to put it in park and stop here in Bonduelle? And I think that was the same thing too in Shawano. Here is a success story we had, and I don't really even know these people, but they moved to the area. They came from another state, Arizona. I can't even remember, for a job, and they were driving around. They were looking in Green Bay, Appleton, place to live. They just couldn't find where they wanted to live, and they drove through Shawano, and they saw those hanging baskets. And I know. You need hanging baskets here in Bonduelle. They're powerful.
She's been trying. She's been trying.
But they stopped, they checked it out, and they said, this feels homey. Like, we feel like this feels like somewhere we'd want to live. And so they did. They bought a house in Shawano. I think the husband commutes to Green Bay for his job.
Really?
But yeah, they put down roots in Shawano because it felt like home to them. It felt like a place that they wanted to stop and stay a while. So I think it is a feeling, while that sounds really weird, but it's totally a feeling of like, does this place look dark and gloomy, or does it look like there's something going on here and I want to check it out? And I think that's kind of, there are days you're going to drive through Shawano, like on those really cold days, and you're like, who nobody's stopping because it's just too cold to get out of the car and it looks dreary. But in the summertime or in the springtime coming up, it's like we all come back out of hibernation. And it is a place that you want to stop, and whether that's to get a donut at Fanita's or an ice cream cone at Old Glory, or stop and get a glass of wine at Fully Stocked. All those are all my favorite spots. Can you tell?
Yeah. No, yeah, all great places.
Yeah. But I think too, probably for a community just starting out, it's some type of event. Like, is there an event that brings your community together? What is that in Bonduelle? Founders Day.
4th of July.
4th of July.
So, and then how can you get them into your shops and to patronize all your businesses while they're there for that event? And I think that's what I always tell my downtown business owners. Those events, my job is to bring the people there. I bring the foot traffic, but what are you going to do to get them to come in your store and spend their money? I always feel bad when I say that, but like, that is my job. I want to gather up everybody's money and spend it in Shawano when they are there. And so then once you start doing that, you're bringing people as, destination daytime day trips to your community. Are you doing what you want to do? Is this like your dream job? Oh, is this my dream job?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Well, nobody ever says I want to be a downtown coordinator when they grow up. It's not on those like tests that you fill out the bubbles or anything. I don't know exactly. This is what I love doing what I do right now. Someone asked me, how long are you going to do it? And I was like, well, it's still exciting to me. It's still like, I still have things I want to do. We have 115 Christmas trees at Franklin Park, but I have room for more, right? I keep telling them there's room for more. So I have more Christmas trees that we want to put there. So it's like, there's things that I still want to do. I would love, and I think I shared this with you one time. I love entrepreneurs. I love small business owners. I would love to work as a consultant with small business owners, just individually working with them to.
You should do it.
What could you do? I just am never sure.
Put it on the record. Put it out there right now.
Is willing to pay money
We were just talking about that.
Were you?
Mhm.
Yeah. Just simple things like sometimes, like, have you ever walked by a store and they have a sign out front and it says something that has absolutely nothing to do with what they sell inside?
Mhm.
But they have walked by it every single day and they just don't even notice it.
It's there, yeah.
So it's like, I would love to do that. I don't know if I'll ever get there. We'll see. But or just simple things that make a big difference. I think about you guys, and I love the personality that the mill has. Every business has a personality,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you're right. Businesses do.
They do have a personality, and some of that is why you shop at their store, why you patronize them, as their personality. But not every business, if you can think of some in your head, we're not going to name any names.
See, look at she's so polished and straight and narrow. I'm naming names. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. It's my podcast.
Go for it. You can say them.
Keep
I'm not going to. But like some of them don't have a personality. I don't know who they are. Like, I want to know their story.
Yes.
If I'm going to interact with them.
Yes.
So I'd love to help businesses develop that personality or
Mhm.
help them have that, because I don't think they know how important it is.
Yeah.
is so
And maybe like this, it's a great example. She says that all the time. It's like she wants to, tell people our story. And instead of marketing your product, you market yourself
Mhm.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's so hard for, I think, people like me that think, a little differently, to understand that like that's gonna
Important.
work,
Sure. Skeptical.
Because it's funny because half the time, at least our marketing is nothing to do with what we're selling. At the bottom of it, I'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, we have coffee today.
Right.
And it's working because now people know that we already have coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then what I tell people is like, your product, they're going to come back for. But they
Right.
like, what are they really going to come back for? It's going to be like, I want to buy beef from you because I like Lindsay and I like her pumpkin kids and I like the newspaper. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like your story and
Yeah.
I want to
Uh-huh.
support you in your beef in your life.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are that way, even if they don't know they're that way.
Right.
Right.
They don't know why they're walking in all the time and they're like, oh, I think I like the people here.
The
They-
personal
or the-
connection.
Yeah, they buy from you because they feel like they know you.
And so,
Yeah.
and they don't know that, like, because you can't always have one-on-one conversations with people. So
No.
social media is so important
It is
to get that out there, who you are and what you're about, and make it a little personal, which is uncomfortable for some people.
It
And-
is. Yeah.
And it like, you can't copy it. Like it's really hard to copy that. Like your idea, your personality is different than our
Yeah,
personality.
Right.
It's just people have to be a little vulnerable at first
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
put themselves out there and
hmm
give. Hopefully, their personality is something worth attaching to.
Right.
Well, we realized
Maybe not.
at the beginning of
Well, not. Yeah. I mean, actually, one important thing I always tell people is like, not everyone is your customer, and I think the sooner that a
Amen.
small business owner
Yes.
figures that out, the
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
yes,
I had a conversation with one of our newer boutique owners about that just last week. And I was like, it's okay. Not
Mhm.
everybody is your customer. And sometimes those people who you realize are not your customers will, like, it's okay. They're the problem children,
hmm
You don't need everybody.
yes,
Mhm.
that is such good advice, and
Mhm.
we realized that pretty quick. Like with people, like, well, we've talked about this. Like, people don't want expensive coffee. I'm like, I do.
Mhm.
I do. I
Right,
want a
like,
good. I
You
want
want
a
a
good.
good cup
Yeah,
of coffee.
I do. Like maybe you're thinking of, because we were always pitched. I don't want to say always, but there were people that were like, Bondwell is just a farming community. The farmers don't want fancy coffee. I'm like, some
This
farmers.
isn't Door
yes,
County.
yes,
We
yes,
heard that
they-
a lot.
Yes,
This
they
isn't
do.
Door
Well,
County.
Lindsay's a farmer and she wants expensive, or not. I don't want to say expensive, but like good
quality coffee.
Mhm.
Yes.
not the endless cup of coffee you generally get at a cafe is what the big thing was. Like, well, it's not endless. No, it's not. You're going to pay for each cup you drink.
Right.
But that is really good advice. And I said that one time out loud to a customer. She looked at our mug prices because the one that you're holding in the hand, but like
So
our ones with the mill logo on them, they're all different, all handcrafted.
Yeah.
It's not even her full-time job. It's just like her side gig. And she's like, looked at the price and put it back. I'm like, she gets a little out of my price range. Like for a mug, she said some comment about like Target. I'm like, you're not our market then.
Yeah.
I
And
said,
that's okay.
people that pick it up and know what goes into making a mug
Mhm.
and then like looking at the details of each of them, I can see those customers and they love them. They're like, I don't know which one to pick.
Right.
Versus the price is like, and that's not even high price. So I'm like, if you know what went into making a mug,
The time. People's time is
Yep.
valuable.
and our
Yeah.
customers are not the ones that want a cheap mug.
Right.
They want a mug with a story.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else,
Yeah.
Lindsay, that
I
you
don't
think
know.
we need to get on the record?
I don't know. Or any more burning questions? About aliens? No, not about aliens. Something else. Yeah. I don't know. I
Do
think
you have I have a couple questions
Oh.
off topic of downtown Shawano, if that's okay.
has been so
How
far.
many, how many well, you're fun to talk to. How many beef cattle do you have about?
Oh, about. So we would be what's considered a cow-calf operation. So we
Okay.
have cows that are calving right now. We have calves on the ground. One I put in the barn before I came here, actually,
Aw.
just in case. Haven't checked the camera, but we'll hope
What's
she's
just
okay.
in case because she's calving?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
due. What is today? I think she's due
24.
on Thursday. So,
Okay.
just like humans, they can come early, late.
Mhm.
So we'd be what's considered a cow-calf operation. We raise our calves and then do a couple different things with them. So our farm has a bull sale. So we sell bulls to other farmers like ourselves next Sunday. We have that. We work with a couple other farms because we don't have enough to have our own sale. So some friends of ours in the Madison area that we work with on that. And then we sell beef as well. So, everybody says how many are wandering around at your place. It varies, but if we're talking about mouths, there's probably 100 there.
Yeah. And so you keep like some heifers, some
Yep.
you sell.
Yeah. Yep. And so like some of those heifers we would keep, and then
Do you-
they'll have calves of their own at our place as well.
Do you sell them do you get them impregnated first, or do you sell them right away at calf age?
Usually if we're going to keep them, we will breed them.
Okay.
And then they'll calve at our place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then sell them.
And then maybe sell them. Yeah. Or else we might sell them as a bred heifer in the fall.
Sure.
Everybody is different. Like I keep records. You know me, organized person. So I keep records on everything. And there's a plan column. Like what is going to be
Really?
the plan for this?
Oh, probably a
Yeah.
lot based on time of year.
Yeah,
feed.
like are they headed to the feedlot to be beef for someone? Are they headed to be? Are they going to stay a bull and
Mhm.
be sold? So
Do you ever get attached to one of them?
yeah. So my kids show cattle. So
Side note, I'm not a vegetarian.
That's
I eat
good.
cows,
That's
and
good.
I'm all about farmers. But
Okay.
like
even if you were,
I
I'd still
said
be your
I
friend.
eat cows.
we've said about raising beef, and his dad said to me, "You wouldn't be able to do that." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You get too attached to your animals."
Yeah, it is. It is hard. So my kids, they, each have a steer for the county fair in Shawano, and they will weigh their steers in this weekend, actually, right here in Bonduel. So those we do sometimes get attached to, but the thing is, we know from the beginning of the project, like, okay, we know the end game,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
It's really hard to let those go.
Mhm.
So those are the hard ones because my kids work with them all summer. That's their summer job is they work. I always say those steers are cleaner than most people's children because on hot days, those steers are rinsed probably 2 or 3 times a day just to stay cool.
Wow.
So they work with them, they spend a lot of time with them, but at the end of the day, at the end of the project, we know what the end game is. So I guess they kind of grow up. That doesn't mean that tears aren't shed though.
Yeah, your
you know?
the fair day is hard
It
when they're
is,
loading up, but
yeah.
it's a good lesson
It-
where
it
your
is.
food's coming from.
You know where your food's
Right.
coming from
Mhm.
and all the time that they've put into that
Mhm.
project. Yeah.
Do you, aside from fair cattle,
Mhm.
do you have favorites that you maybe give a little extra snack to here or there?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And then there's some that are not favorites. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
We bought a pig from his friend that gave us his favorite pig. He said that one got the best scraps all the time.
Oh,
Remember that? I'm like, I don't know. This is sweet, but still sad.
Right. Yeah.
Tasted so good.
It's-
All the extra
All the
snacks.
Aw. Yeah, you do. You do. There are. I mean, it sounds so weird, but like some of them have different personalities that you just get attached
Gravitate to. Yeah.
And others, I always say, you're not sad to see them go.
Mhm.
It's little assholes.
Yeah.
Just
But yeah, I don't know. But I think too, I mean, like it's the only way my kids, I knew being raised. It's the only way my
Mhm.
kids have known being raised. My husband too, was raised on a beef farm. So like it's all we know.
Right.
But it probably does seem odd to someone who hasn't
Somebody
grown
that-
up in that environment.
That thinks food comes from the grocery store. It would
Yeah.
probably be
Which
odd
I
too.
think is like a really big problem right now. I mean, if I can say, like, they say like less than 2% of the population has any sort of direct connection to a farm. So that means people do not know where their food came from. They're assuming it came from the grocery store. And so that's a big concern, I think, knowing where your food comes from or how it's made or that it is real food.
Right.
Hmm.
Do you do your parents still have cattle?
They do, just a handful, but yep, they do.
How long do you think you'll always have cattle?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you going to be the type of person that retires or not?
I think so. I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was it? Maybe like a couple years ago, I told my husband, like, all right, we've done this for 15 years. Let's do it for 15 more and then we'll be done. And he was like, what? But I don't know.
What
Like
do you mean?
what-
What?
yeah,
like
like what-
too long or what? Not long enough.
Oh, he was like, why wouldn't we just keep doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we want to do something different or retire and live on a lake. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done anything like that. So
Do you want to retire?
do you want to retire?
I would like to, and I think I said this on a different episode, maybe out loud. I would like to just write.
Peeping Tom, just Tom. Peep around.
No, I would like my when things settle, because it's hard for me to just not. If I'm not here, I have guilt not being here. But I would
Oh.
like to sit somewhere and
Okay.
write all of the cool things about this place
Sure.
in Maine by myself with my dogs and my
Where
husband.
do I go?
That's what the funny part was.
He's in the
'cause last time-
galaxy.
Yeah, you're in the galaxy.
With
You're
the
right.
aliens.
No, but I think last time, I don't remember what it was, but I'm like,
Loving every minute of it.
yep. I think my idea of retirement would be, and we were talking about this just the other day, is how being secluded is more and more appealing to me.
Sure.
The older I get, and I feel like that's a normal thing, but having less and less people and less things and less to do
Right.
in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
And that, all of that with some good coffee and to write about all of the wonderful things that has
All the
happened along the way.
stories. Yeah.
Because I love people, but the idea of being here during a rush on a weekend and when people want to talk to me,
Yeah.
I get a little
Oh, really?
anxious.
Oh.
People kind of drain my energy, and it's not good or bad people. It's just some people get filled up by a lot of people.
Yep.
My energy depletes being around a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah.
And I feel like you're kind of the same way.
I feel like that's probably why you like to watch them from afar. Jesus.
Stop it. Don't get me wrong. Being here at the mill fills my cup. It does. But if you have it filled with people and then they don't even have to talk to me, my energy goes. So
Yeah.
I've realized I listen more to how I feel and
Sure.
and that
You need a good balance.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it's having less.
Yeah.
So I think my idea of retiring would be writing.
Sure.
Cammie, do you want to retire? You sick of us yet?
No, I'm not sick of you. I feel like at some point, yes, and I think it would probably be the same thing. I don't want to be totally away from people, but I like having the people in my life
Mhm.
close by, and if I could just read and write and
Mhm.
hang out with people, that would be great.
Mhm.
And drink coffee.
Yeah.
So someday I'd want to retire.
maybe we could retire by each other.
Okay, we'll be
Not
neighbors,
having-
not
like a
having that
mile away.
commitment, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
I think about cows. They need to be fed.
Yeah.
Or, there's just so many. The mill, you need to be here.
Yes.
To keep
Yep.
tabs on things. So just not having that 100% tie to
Yeah.
something.
What
Do
would
whatever
your
you want.
so your retirement would look like? Living by a lake?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't see you settling down though. You're
No,
gonna
I'm
be
gonna keep
changing
going.
some
Go,
world.
Go. Yeah.
You'd be
I'm gonna
lakefront organization.
Yeah.
Let's save the turtles.
I'll be,
Something
I'll be organizing activities for retired people.
You would.
Right?
you would. Hey, let's do something about that.
We're gonna play cribbage
Right.
out on the ice this day.
I bet you if you asked your parents,
Do
or
you-
maybe
How fun would that be?
Do you want? Would you live around here? Do you think?
Maybe. I always say, like, we could have picked anywhere to live. Why did we stay where it's cold out? Because I really dislike the cold.
Especially as a farmer. That's
Yeah.
tougher.
Oh, like a couple weeks ago,
Frustrating.
worst
Yeah.
week ever.
Right.
But anyway, but I don't really like snakes and poisonous spiders either.
Right.
So you get too much farther south and you got to deal with that. I guess the cold, I will stay. But I think probably so. I guess our families are both in Wisconsin, so I think we'd stay there. Probably depends what our kids end up doing.
Right.
You know?
I think that is a big.
You know, at some point you're like, all right, we'll maybe go where they are. I don't.
Right.
Maybe they don't want us to.
Bye, Lori.
You can't do that on the television on the show.
Do you think your kid or like one of your kids would take over your farm?
Maybe. You know, that question has been asked. My husband and I, we started from scratch, you know, and when I say scratch, I mean like we got married on Saturday and we bought our farm, signed on Monday for our farm.
Gosh, that's hard.
Nothing says commitment like going into that kind of debt with somebody.
Wow.
But 20 years later, still going well. So we started from scratch because our families, you know, our parents each had their own places, and it wasn't big enough that we could join in. And I don't know, there's something to be said from starting your own and building it. It was really a lot of work. It was a terrible amount of work and money. And if I would start it all over again, I wouldn't do it the same way probably. But when you're young, you just do silly things to make them financially work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if our son will want to. He would be the one I think would probably take our place or buy it. I'd definitely make him have skin in the game, not just going to give it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's kind of how we've rolled with all of the
Yep.
projects that he has. He has to have skin in the game. So I don't know. Or if he'll want to move somewhere else and start his own thing. We'll see.
I'm excited to see where your kids go
Yeah.
and
Me
where
too.
you end up.
Right.
I bet you if you asked your mom, and maybe you remember,
Okay.
I bet you she would say your leadership in starting things started at a very young age.
Probably.
I bet you did things in middle school and high school, or like led organization
Yeah,
things.
I'm also like probably your stereotypic oldest child too, you know? Like the organizer,
Mhm.
I can remember my mom saying many times, Lindsay, I'll be the mom.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yeah. So, so yeah, probably.
Hmm.
It was really great having you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much for inviting me.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Is there anything else anybody has?
Retirement, coffee,
Aliens.
writing.
Oh.
She doesn't want to
Reading.
write.
We got 2 lakes and peeping on people. All right.
Right. That's kind of been the highlights.
Thanks for listening, watching.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thanks for
It's been
being here.
fun. Yeah.
was
Are
a
we
lot of
ending
fun.
it? Is this the end?
I don't know.
This is the end.
Okay. All right. Thanks for stopping by. See you Tuesday. Oh, that's the end.
We don't clap at the end.
No.
We can.
Are we done?
One more time.
No, we're done.
Okay.
That was great.
Tell me